Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You will not believe your 2 ears. As Advocate Ndegwa Njiru has decided to shock us with a shocking news as we are approaching 2027 general election. Ndegwa Njiru has posted something in his Twitter handle. But before we read, I want us to go through what he has said. But before, ensure you like the video. Wakati mwingine mna watch mnasahau ku like. So nimechukua hii muda niwakumbushe muhakikishe kwamba mme like the video. I will appreciate you so much for that like. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Ndegwa Njiru, advocate, is saying how Kasongo is scheming to use the Jubaland military occupation to avoid the 2027 elections. Fellow Kenyans, we must remain vigilant and united in the face of the dangerous scheme unfolding before us. The deceitful and fearful Kasongo is once again playing a perilous game with our nation's sovereignty. The continued foreign military presence in Mandera is not a matter to be taken lightly. It is an occupation that threatens our independence and the very fabric of our democracy. Kasongo is desperate to avoid the upcoming general elections, fearing the will of the Kenyan people who are ready to reward him with resounding one term. His plan is clear: to prolong the foreign troops' occupation, creating a pretext to manipulate Parliament into declaring a state of war between Kenya and Jubaland by 2027. It should be remembered that Article 1021 provides that the term of Parliament shall expire on the date of the elections. However, Article 1022 and 3 allows Parliament to extend its term for a period not exceeding 12 months when Kenya is at war. Article 136(2)(a) provides that the election of a president shall be held on the same day as the general election general election for members of Parliament, being the second Tuesday of August of every 5th year. If a Parliament was to be bribed by Kasongo to extend its term on the basis that Kenya is at war with Jubaland, then the election for a member of Parliament will not take place, as a consequence of which the election of president will equally not take place, because the presidential election is pegged to the parliamentary elections, period. That is what Ndegwa Njiru, advocate, is telling us. That the presence of the Jubaland forces, pale northeastern, specifically Mandera, is like being used as a tool to fabricate or have an agenda of pushing the 2027 general election. And because, remember, William Ruto has realized that the movement by Kenyans is so lethal and the profound one term is very clear in his ear. More so when you look at how Kenyans behave, they are like, enough is enough. We are not going to fall in the trap of William Samoei Ruto again. So what Ndegwa Njiru is sharing is the same thing Moses Kuria said, and the same thing Honorable Steve Mbogo shared and said. And mark you, when William Ruto is doing this, he's very clear on what he wants. And maybe some individuals might see this as not a clear plan. But I can tell you, William Ruto's plan is to either prolong the election, create violence, or do what he can do to ensure that come 2027, either result that is going to come out is going to favor him. Is going to favor him. But remember, according to what Ndegwa Njiru advocate has shared about the articles that provides the term of parliament to expire on the date of the election, the Article 1 or 2, 2 and 3 allows Parliament to extend its term for a period not exceeding 12 months when Kenya is at war. So either way, you can create the situation there in Mandera to be seen like there is a fight in between Kenya and the Somaliland. Because at the moment, the Juba forces, they are training in Kenya. At the moment, the Jubaland forces will be starting to provoke the Somaliland forces. Then it will bring a lot of problem. And that is how the Parliament, under Article 102.2.3, allows Parliament to extend its term for a period not exceeding 12 months when Kenya is at war. Then, Article 136.2a provides the election of president shall be held on the same day as the general election for the member of parliament, being the second Tuesday of August for every 50 year. But just imagine if this is not going to happen. The members of parliament also, they know the situation on the ground. If they will be having a situation whereby we'll be giving them also a chance to prolong their term, these members of parliament, they will not have option but to, of course, do whatever they can do also for them to stay in power. Most of the time, Kenyans, in parliament, you've seen these members of parliament being bribed just to pass some bills that favors the government of the day. That is the scenario. But now, when Ndegwa Njiru advocate is saying if parliament was to be bribed by Kasongo to extend its term on the basis that Kenya is at war with Jubaland, then the election for member of parliament will not take place, as consequence of which the election of the president will equally not take place. Sijui kama mnapata hiyo. I know this scenario has been raised by several individuals across the Republic of Kenya. You've seen Moses Kuria saying the same thing. We are not going to have election 2027. You saw the video I analyzed about Steve Mbogo, Honorable Steve Mbogo, saying the plan of William Ruto is to create all the scenarios to ensure that come 2027 we are not going to have general election. But part of his mission, if one mission is going to fail, is having another mission. I told you here, a sitting president has several ideas of doing what he can do to defend his second term. One, we can have a ballot stuffing. A ballot stuffing is a way whereby you find that the voter, the result, the result inapita ile vote, as in ballot stuffing ni unapata kwamba wenye walivote ni wengi kuliko ile ballot ilikuwa produced. Then you find that those who have voted, when you calculate all the votes, you find them even, they are 15 million. Remember, not all these 12 million, not all these 12 million people are going to vote. That is ballot stuffing. The ballot produced, the ballot produced, unapata kwamba zile result imetoka ni mingi kuliko zile total votes, ballots zilikuwa produced. Are you getting that? And Another thing, the government of the day can decide to create chaos and violence the same day of election, and they can do it very well. And that is the advantage they usually take. So Kenyans, we must be vigilant, the way the advocate Ndegwa Njiru is trying to say. But I know some Kenyans kawaida yao, they will come out saying, hiyo ni fake news. Hiyo ni fake news. By the way, those are the scenarios how the government will rig election. And it will be rigged, not even you knowing. And you will come out saying, William Ruto si alishinda. William Ruto si alishinda. That is the scenario. And I can tell you that for a fact. That is the scenario. What do you think, Kenyans? Perhaps this is the opinion of Ndegwa Njiru advocate. You can have also your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Till we meet in another video.